Now, sometimes we would like to, in this video we're going to look at figure 3.8, and here we are looking at rescaling the axis. See, when you plot med V against crim, you see a lot of points are aggregated or squished together around here. So if we change the scale of this x-axis, okay, to logarithmic scale, then it'll get spread out and you'll be able to see the relationship that gets all squished up here. And we can have a logarithmic scale for just the x-axis or both x and y-axis. And you can do the same thing with box plot too. So logarithmic scaling is for numeric variables. So for numeric variables we have histogram or scatter plots and box plots, right? All right, let's look at how we're going to do that. Okay, so the first one is crim versus med V. Okay, GG plot data equal to housing dot df. Okay, so now we'll do geom point, right? And mapping. We could do the mapping here as well. You know, either way, it doesn't matter where you do it. Sometimes it matters, but here it doesn't matter. Mapping equal to ES, x equal to crim, y equal to med v. Okay, when you run that and you see it's not logarithmic scale here. Okay. All right, so now let's take that. I'm going to copy that down, and suppose we want to okay, now we can do scale, right? Scale x, and then we have scale y. Scale x is for x-axis, scale y is for y-axis. Here, scale x log 10. All right, so that's going to scale the x-axis, okay, into logarithm scale. So except that here you see the tick marks are kind of scientific notation and all that, so we want to format it a little bit. Okay, to make sure that the tick marks and the labels are more readable, so we have to do two things here. We have to specify where the tick mark should occur in the x-axis, and then what the corresponding labels are for each of those tick marks. So we first do breaks equal to, and breaks is your tick marks. So breaks equal to, so we say 10 to the power of say minus 2 to 2. Okay, so 10 to the power of minus 2 will be like 0.01. There will be a tick mark there, then 0.1, 0, and then 10, 100, and so on, right? So those are going to be our tick marks, and then we can say what the labels should be for those tick marks. For those tick marks, we want the labels to be format, so we're going to give a format for the labels. Okay, so the labels must be 10 to the power of minus 2 to 2. Those should be the labels, so they'll correspond with the exact tick marks. And then we want those labels to be, okay, scientific equal to false. So it will not be scientific. Okay, and you want to run that. Okay, so now we have the it's not the labels are not scientific. So drop 0. So when it's not prompting, that means there is some problem. Drop trailing is true. Okay, so now it should work. All right, so with the plus here, that means I'm going to press escape, so which means there is a parenthesis missing. So there. Okay, so now the uh, trailing zeros are gone. Okay. Now for box plot, again the same thing. ggplot, right? Data equal to housing df plus geom box plot mapping equal to AES. Now x is equal to cat med v, so we want one box plot for each value of cat med v, and y is crim. All right. Now, of course, this is not in logarithmic form. So, if you want logarithmic form, then we need to do the box plot and then do the same thing as before. Scale x log 10. Okay, and we provide the same. Okay, so now it's not x. X-axis is cat med v. Y-axis is crim. So this is wrong. So I should say scale y log 10, and then I'm going to copy paste that part of the code right here. Right. Now there is an error here. Let's see what it is. I need. Okay, so that's gone. All right, so now we have it expanded. Right. All right, so now we want. So here, if you look at this, y-axis also. So here here it is y-axis. So here, if you want y-axis also in logarithmic scale for this graph, so all you have to do is to add not just scale x, and then you have to do a plus, and then scale y dot log 10, and we can give breaks equal to, you have to give that as a list. Say we want 5, 10, 20, and 40. Okay, so there you go. Now you want to put them side by side, right? and you do a grid arrange. So for these two plots, you will do, so let's say PLT1, and this one is plot 2, and then you say grid range PLT1 comma PLT2 n row equal to 1. Okay, so there you go. And then you want, say, PLT3 and PLT4, and then grid arrange PLT3 comma PLT4 comma n row equal to 2, n row equal to 1. Okay. This one didn't go through. Okay, I have an extra. Okay, so there you have it. Now if you want them in, okay, let's do this. Grid range PLT1 comma PLT2 comma PLT3 comma PLT4 and row equal to 2. All right. So when you do n row equal to 2, so you get in 2 rows.